Welcome to Author series, episode number 4. And as you know, that it is a special series where we are bringing on board 12 new authors who are who have made their legacies within 2 months of their books. And this is nothing less than a record-breaking 12 people writing books together. And with every episode, I'm unfolding a new story of a new author. And this time, it is another special book. And I don't know how to begin her introduction because I personally call her my angel and she calls me her angel. So it's a mutual expression of love. So I would say that, okay, so when pandemic hit, COVID-19, it was not about physical illness. What got lost was a hope that miracles happen. And it won't be an exaggeration if I more of a pandemic of hope and motivation for people. And amidst that, Tejinder Sethi's book, whom I lovingly call Teji, her book, which is titled as "And Angels Arrive in My Life," I would say that it is hope reincarnated in form of a book. And while Teji was living her life manifested in the abundance while getting all the angelic experiences in human forms, she never thought that it would become an inspiration for thousands of people. And that's what is happening. And with Angels Arrive in Your Life, the book, I would surely recommend you to read this book because this book will be a game changer in your life. You will be pumped up with the refreshed perspectives in your life about magic happening in your life. So with that, I welcome Tejinder Sethi on board. Welcome, Teji ji, and welcome to Author series. Congratulations on your book. And first, I want to see your book.
Thank you so much, Hina. And here's the first copy of my book, And Angels Arrive in My Life, which I have given it to my mom. And that's the signature which I gave to my mom. So this is the first copy which I have. Most cherished moment which I had when I handed it over to my mom.
Wow. Absolutely lovely. And the wings are very empowering. And that's what I heard from all the people who have been giving you the feedback, that it's altogether a very powerful part. So would you love to talk about the cover?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So when I was actually, you helped me design in the cover. I know you gave me the first copy of it. And I said, well, yes, the wings, I want the angelic wings to be there. At the same time, I knew it is yet to be reworked upon. And I kept searching multiple iterations of it till I found this one, which I felt was reflecting on the angel wings as well as the angelic hands. And that's what the magic it brought. One of the readers, just seeing the book cover, actually wrote to me on WhatsApp, one of the NLPNs. She's been going through some difficult times, and she said, just looking at the book cover made me feel so relaxed. And it gives me a hope that, yes, angels are around me. So I felt so great that, someone looking at the book cover itself is feeling so good about it. And then I heard many comments from many other readers that the book cover is so blissful to see. The color combinations, the book cover, the wings, all of it is showing magic.
Absolutely. So as I say that since the book was about angels, I guess the angels helped you in that. I was just a medium to find that. And yes, so that has been a very blissful experience, that the idea coming to me, the title coming to you in a moment. And I guess you were among the first few people who got the titles very fast. And many changed their titles, but uh, that lightning effect, I would say that, that's again a blessing. So if I look at your whole journey of writing, while walking along with you, I have seen multiple miracles happening. And more than that, miracles must have happened in everyone's life, and it keeps on happening. What really matters here is that awareness, that, you notice those. You shared that with me. You brought that to my notice. And that's what is a kind of game changer in the whole journey of manifestation, which is just a part of it, I'm sure. And you're going to reveal a lot more about that. So stay tuned, guys. We are going to start with a lot many questions and a lot many interesting answers and insights from Teji. Okay, Teji. So the first thing which I want to ask is that where did you get the inspiration to write this book from?
Well, the inspiration comes way back in the year 2020, where I had my first story, which I was very clear, which I wanted to dedicate it and thank the angel who came into my life. And it changed my life completely, giving me financial freedom. I never knew this angel after that one moment we had the moments after the first interaction. I could never meet this person again. And the person was in my prayers for many years. I always wanted to write that story, either in Speaking Tree or in Times of India. It never happened. During the COVID time, a surprise message of a book story competition came into my WhatsApp. And that's when I decided it's time to pen this story. And writing this story, I actually did not make it into the top 25 stories which were selected to go into a book. However, the editor of She magazine, Ekta Kapoor, she loved my story and she said, this is such an inspiring story. It should go to all readers because this story brings a lot of hope to the world and everybody should read the story. Having written that story, my story got the maximum comments on the She magazine, on the digital magazine. It was published on my birthday on 3rd December 2020. And guess what? 3 years after, exactly, I launched my book and angels arrive in my life. So the first story going on was an inspiration that yes, I can do it. And I had many such experiences. The one thing which I was clear was I'm going to write about my angelic experiences. So I had that theme in mind, what I had to do. When will I do it? How will it happen to into a book? Was magical, which I have put in my book. How did I attract the right people and how did this magic happen? So for all my readers, viewers, keep guessing, keep the curiosity alive. Do take a copy of the book, Kindle or on Flipkart, Notion Press, and read the book.
Absolutely. So if you want to see the magic in your lives, definitely go for it. Okay, Teji. So coming to the next question is how I'm sure like there must be a moment or a process or something which really must have happened for you to realize that, that should be my title. So if you can recall that moment, what brought you to the title so fast and so apt?
Well, that's
The
your
nation
coaching,
wants to know.
Hina. Your coaching. So you gave different ways of putting a title, make it very catchy, make it very different. Alliteration. The word alliteration hooked me. And I was like, angels, let me get an alliteration title out of it. And the first title which I gave was And Angels Arrived. And I remember in the class when I announced it and you showed the first copy of the book cover, Monica is the one, the group learning was so magical where everybody is challenging each other, giving each other comments, honest review comments to make the whole process more beautiful. And I remember Monica asking the question, And Angels Arrived. Good title, but where, when, what? And then I told you, Hina, I think it is not complete. Let me find out what do I make it to complete. So I kept thinking with the same things. And then finally I said, where did they arrive? They arrived in my life. And that's where I rewrote the title And Angels Arrive in My Life. I removed the word arrived because it is past tense, because the magic of angel continues to me, not just me, it continues to every person's life. It's just that we have to be observant to find that these are angelic experiences we are going through.
Indeed. And when you say that the group energy, I again, kind of feel that, that again is the presence of those blessings, of those angels. Even if one of us, I guess in our group, 2 or 3 people were kind of connecting their book with manifestation, angels, and, the kind of magic which really happens. And there is a science behind that. definitely. It's not just something uh, which is like, something vague. So I recently read in one of the newsletters, and that kind of resonated with me because that was the scientific part of it. And I guess it was Sahil Bloom's newsletter or something, or maybe Ali Abdal's, where he said that uh, time has memory, time keeps the memory alive, and place keeps your energy alive. So if you're sitting at one place at one time daily, it is a combination of memory and energy together. So the place where we were doing, like it was on Zoom, but the place was our group. So the combined energy of that group, I guess that was the momentum, and that was the kind of energy whenever I used to log into the Zoom, that energy of, and our meditations, which we used to do to, stay creative and all that, that was altogether a very divine and angelic experience, I guess, for all of us who ever attended the session. And again, so I felt like while you were writing the book, there was always this presence, at least inside the sessions, which was doing the kind of magic which was needed over there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think we were very unique in beginning our session with the meditation, the guided meditation, with an amazing voice by Vasa, who's the Amitabh Bachchan of our group. Such a beautiful voice, and he is in the path of all of this meditation. And hearing that beginning meditation was like inviting all the cosmic energies on the learning. And that's where I think the learning has been beautiful. 12 out of 14 participants in a group coaching completing their book is an incredible achievement, Hina, that you have achieved. And I congratulate you for that. So it's all of these energies that we brought together. And I have always believed in the power of collective learning. Doing an individual learning, whereas, when you learn collectively, the magic is much, much different. And we all have benefited from that collective learning. So thank you so much for that.
I am on cloud nine right now. So thank you so much for that. And it's always a two-way game. I would not say that it was just because of me. It is equal participation from you guys with equal passion, which got this project going. So absolutely a win-win for both of us, like all of us. So with that, we move to the tiny rapid fire, which would be in bit of detail and will help not only you to go back to the journey and relive those moments, but also our audience will be on toes and will come to know a lot more about you and behind the scenes with such questions. Okay, ready for that?
Absolutely. Excited.
Good. Me too. Okay, so Teji, if you can describe your book in one line, what would that be?
My book is an inspiration to all my readers, and it is a gift to each one who hold hope and to each one who are seeking hope in life. So gift this book to somebody who's looking for hope in life, and it will inspire the reader, and they will seek that beacon of light, hope in their lives.
Beautiful. Okay, so who are your most favorite authors?
Well, there are many. Stephen Covey's 7 Habits, that was the first book in corporate that I have read. Actually, the second book. The first was the book The Goal by Elihu Goldratt. A very good book for every corporate managers. Some of the other books which actually made an impact on my book writing. Daniel Goleman's Emotional Intelligence. The Celestine Prophecy, a very deep book on energy and how it works. These are a lot of mystical topics that I'm getting into, a lot of my reading and all my experiences, what I have had in the last 3 years since the COVID time, reading, implementing, experiencing, and then putting my experiential learning into the book. All of these books have shaped into my writing.
So I guess before me questioning you that what were your favorite books, you've already answered that. And I'm sure all have made notes because these books will help you to get deeper into the science of, I would say, quantum physics,
Absolutely.
which is your favorite subject.
It got into my favorite subject since 2020. And one more book I would like to say is by Abdul Kalam ji. Wings of Fire. That is a book that inspires, and it has inspired each one of us. I'm sure whoever has read that book has inspired them. And we all have that divine fire within us. It is up to us to, use that fire in the right way and spread more light to others. So, I mean, very inspiring book, which I read about Abdul Kalam ji. So that has also inspired me a lot.
So, Teji, when it comes to inspiration, there's the darker side of it. And I guess from challenges comes the inspiration. If you take it in a way, so it all depends on your perspective. In fact, life is a game of perspective. So, what was the most challenging part in your book, in writing the book?
Challenges was not for me to write the book, the environment. And I think I shared it with you. Ensuring all my day work is done and I'm sitting in the quiet mode to write my book, having made the explanation to my family, my mom, my brothers, that, the next 2 months are very critical for me. I need to have this project writing of my book completion within 2 months. Everybody was conveyed, the expectation management was done. Yet, when you sit to write, there is a call. Have you soaked the dal? Have you made the rice? Have the vegetables been ordered? And there is a break state happening. And I was like, I just can't write in this mode. This is not helping me, because you need to get into the character. You need to relive that experience. What were the emotions I went through? What did I go through? What did I hear, see when I went through this? All of that you have to relive and then do the writing. And that was creating a break state. And we all are fortunate to have learned NLP, and NLP gave us the mantra: apply your behavioral flexibility, find other ways of achieving the outcome that you desire to achieve. So I switched from day writing to a night writing. At 11 o'clock, after 10:30, when everybody is asleep, Teji is awake, writing her book till 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, till I have achieved the objective for the day to complete it. So, for me, challenges was managing that expectation of others to make writing happen to me to complete it in the 2-month timeline period.
Yes, and that takes me back to the flashback where, you used to share these experiences with me that, and you actually put a funny note to that, uh, whatever, come what may, I'm doing it, come what may, my eyes are swollen and, whatever is happening, I'm just taking tablets and doing it. And, the inner talk is like, Teji, karte jao, karte jao. So instead of jaagte raho, it is like, likhte raho.
And the video that you shared of Twinkle Khanna going through the same experience, when she is writing and she gets a voice from Akshay Kumar, towel kahan hai mera, ye kahan hai wahan, and like, well, how do I write? It's the same experience, not just me. I think every one of us went through, and I think I shared with you, because everyone was taking the name of Hina, Hina, Hina. At home, everybody wants to know, who is this Hina? I want to meet her. Who is this Hina? She has taken my house out of her way. Every time I hear, she's just talking about Hina. And that was like, yes, Hina is important for me. She's my book coach. She's given me a timeline and I'm going to meet it.
So I don't know what to say on that because I was actually under the radar. Hopefully now everybody has forgiven me for stealing their time. Okay, so Teji ji, let's take this journey forward. And what part of writing excited you the most?
The writing with the right language, it was a new learning. And I remember the second lecture, when the second session of the training that we had, and I wrote the story, and then comes the third session. And when you recreate that with the learnings from the third session, I felt the magic happening. I really felt this is magical. This is what I can do. So, that was really a complete changing that, okay, I'm writing it. Now here is the coach incrementally telling me, adding all the spices to make it more beautiful, more colorful, more palatable. And as you're refining it, it's getting so much beautiful. And I couldn't believe this is what I am writing. That is where the magic started happening.
And so beautiful because it's always a win-win. I don't know about the other type of coachings, but I'm sure like there also, whenever the lightning moments come in coach's life, it is more of a reward for the coach. So while we were already friends, I was already elated that, coming from that part that, I'm a friend, would I be making sense? And going to the part where I could see the change in your writings, I was like, wow. And again, I don't look at it with a way, with a lens of, oh, I did it. It was always like, oh, you did it. So, so the teachings are always there, is what I feel, but the real part is in implementation. And that's what I saw in this group. Some may have implemented it later, but whenever they did, it was a kind of magic I saw. I literally could not relate that if I compare the first draft versus the final draft.
Yes.
I literally cannot, I mean, you guys yourself cannot recognize that this was something that you wrote and now this is this.
Absolutely. Just magical.
Indeed. So Teji ji, when this journey happened, let's talk about some limiting belief. Was there any one limiting belief which you conquered during the process of writing this book?
Yes. Two, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
During writing, the limiting belief which I had was, I am not creative enough in my writing. I am not creative. And it started with, I think I started with, where you explained, use of metaphor, storytelling, all of it. And I had this limiting belief that I am not very creative to do metaphorical writing. I am not, the root cause was I'm not creative. And again, once again, NLP came to our help. Whatever we do not know, learn it from the best people, model them. And that's where doing the modeling interviews with you and our queen of metaphors, Abida Sheikh from our group, and one of my best senior managers, Sudipto Datta. So interviewing them, I got the gist of, I got the formula of doing creative writing. And that helped a lot in doing it. And I must thank Abida Sheikh. Abida, if you're listening, I must thank Abida for her golden nuggets of, how you should capture writing. And I followed it throughout my writing. Whenever you're getting thoughts, ideas, pick a piece of paper and write. Abida has papers all over in her house. That's what she mentioned. And you shared that you also keep papers everywhere to write that idea the moment it comes. And I realized actually when the idea comes to your mind for the first time, it's the divine thought that has come to you. It is a divine way of saying this is what you should do. And I started implementing it. I kept a book besides my pillow at night. If I'm getting an idea, go and write it. Doing my meditation, I get a thought, write it. Closing my eyes, I'm writing it. Those are the ideas which I captured. So it was a great learning through this modeling assignment of, how there are so many ways you can still be creative. And actually, Abida, some of those statements, all of you, what you shared, helped me to overcome that limiting belief that I am not creative. I am creative. I'm not creative in one aspect, but I'm creative in multiple other ways. I'm creative in my meticulous tracking. I'm creative in my project planning. I'm creative in doing so many things. So, I liberated that limiting belief, and that's what created, made me more be open to accept that, yes, I can still do it and I'm creative enough to write the book.
To you for being open to those perspectives. So that's what, like, till the time you don't have the flexibility in mind to be open to such ideas, uh, this change of belief is then it handcuffs you even more. So hats up to you for that as well.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so let's move to the next part, which is, who was the most happiest person? apart from your book coach, apart from yourself, who saw your book and they became very happy?
First is my mom, and second is the angels in my life. They were so excited to see when is the book coming. And the third, my two little bundle angels in my life, my niece and nephew, Gursheen and Dilpreet, who was so excited to see my book. They were actually working on strategies of promoting the book. Again, that's a limiting belief I carried. And this interview first live is the first for me. And I'm so happy I'm overcoming this belief, limiting belief of, doing promotions. So both my niece and nephew they have so many ideas in their mind of how to do the book promotion. And I'm like, I don't think I have to do this. I'm not ready yet on all of these things, but they are pushing me. And I just love the way these kids are pushing me to do. If you have done the right thing, it's your duty to go and promote to the world. Let many more people be inspired through my book and take that step of writing. I already heard 5 people sharing me comments that you are inspiring me to write a book. And I'm like, wow, I have achieved what I have wanted to do.
Indeed. In fact, uh, even if it is just one person, it has given me the equal happiness that somebody comes and says that, even not to the extent of the mind, but changing their lives, but even a one liner from that book, if they come, and that's kind of, all the labor of writing that was worth it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so with that, we move to the next part, which is faster rapid fire rounds. Okay, Teji,
Okay.
so here, this is this or that. You have to choose one.
Okay.
All right. So the very first one is, what do you like more, writing or editing?
Writing.
Editing or marketing?
Oh my. I think I gave the answers earlier. Editing.
So you got to like marketing to do marketing.
Absolutely. You are my go-to person for all of these now, Hina.
Thank you so much. But I'm also a journey in terms of even writing as well. But comparatively, I would say like marketing is still becoming my cup of tea, and I'm in the process of that. Okay, so that moves me to the next question. That is, what would you write on, blog or story?
Stories. Through stories, giving a message.
Okay. And if it is a story or novel, then
Stories still.
okay. And if it is a novel or non-fiction, then
Non-fiction.
okay.
I have yet to reach
Oh,
the dream side of the fiction world. I have yet to reach.
I'm sure you will reach with time.
Yeah.
Okay, Teji ji. The next one is second book or no books now?
Oh, second book is already. In fact, I shared with you how I got connected with you. Feb 2023, I get a call from one of my very good team member. She's very senior person now in Vienna. And she calls me and say, I want you to co-author my book. And that's when I said, wow, I always wanted to write a book. If not writing a book, beginning with a co-author is good. And I remember connecting with you in the month of June. And I didn't know that this is going to be a start of a completely different journey. So she actually sent her entire manuscript to me. And I'm like, I have not committed on it, Lata, yet. How can you send me the manuscript? She's like, I trust you completely, Teji. And the book is about the journey of a fresher student, from a student to a corporate, and how what unfolds in the corporate life. And she gave me the entire manuscript and I spoke to you. So co-authoring that book is for 2024.
So we are waiting for that and many more because you have talked about the other one as well, which I will keep as a secret. So
Yes.
keep the curiosity alive, guys. Okay. And I guess there is one more from book club as well, where I guess you'll be sharing one of these stories. So there are many more on the cards.
Yes.
Great. Okay, Teji, what would you prefer to write, thriller or romantic fiction?
Both difficult. Romantic, I would go for.
What is your favorite? Like, what do you prefer more, reading or writing?
Reading to gain more information to write better.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Journaling or story?
Wow. Journaling your thoughts to create a writing out of it for future.
Okay. Want to learn more in writing when you write your second book, or you want to do it yourself?
Obviously, learn more. It's just a beginning. And I
Absolutely.
must say, my limiting belief of coaching has been liberated. The power of coaching is what I have experienced, the 10x level performance of a coaching. So a belief that I cannot write a book to writing a book in 2 months, that's the power that a coach brings in. So anytime learning more on how to write better, I would always go for it. It's a continuous learning. It's just a beginning. And the more you learn, the more you know that you need to learn more.
Okay. So, mythology or crime fiction? What would you prefer to write?
Mythology.
Okay. And if this was an option between autobiography or self-help book, then
Self-help.
okay. Okay. And that brings me to the last question, which is, I guess by now you must have predicted that. Writer-nama or writer-nama?
Hina Srivastava. Hina
Wow, that's
Srivastava is the creator of Writer Nama, Story Spark, personal branding. So Hina hai, to sab kuch hai. You bring the
wow.
magic of rainbow colors to everyone.
Thank you so much. I'm seriously speechless. Okay, so this was Tejinder Sethi, and I would love to see the book again. For those who joined late, uh, this is the book on miracles, on magic, on hope, and I call it personally hope reincarnated. KGG would love to see your book again. Guys, go and get it because definitely it's a dose, power packed dose of hope. Teji, thank you so much for joining Author to Author series. What would be your message to the audience before we part ways?
So one message which I want to say, which I've given the formula, my formula of how you bring abundance into our lives. We have all learned, all the science students have learned vibrational energy, vibrational frequency in our physics classes. I don't think any of us knew the power of the vibrational energy that our body has and how you can use it to the best to bring abundance and channelize that energy to bring magic into your life. Read the book, find out how these energies with which each one of us are vibrating. If you bring a small shift in this energy, you will experience magic coming into your life. So I learned all of these physics part in the last 3 years through the reading. So my message to the readers is shift the vibrational energy of your body, experience the magic, experience the divinity in your life.
And thanks to you, that a part of it I was already experiencing, and a lot of it was kind of an eye opener with you in this journey. So thank you so much for sharing insights all the way in book writing and even now. Honored to have you on board. And thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Hina. The first of my interview. Thank you, thank you. And being proud to be in that 1% league of being an author.
Yeah. So the thing about 1% lead, since you said if the audience doesn't know about it, it's I read one of the researches where it says that 80% of the population wants to write a book. Everybody says, "Oh, I want to write a book." However, the research has it that only 1% of those people get to publish the book. There's this wide gap. And I guess I never realized till the time I read that, and I thought that it's maybe something I can do to fill up this wide gap. What are the missing points? What are the missing pieces of that jigsaw puzzle which are stopping people to convert that into a reality? So with that, right now I will continue the author to author series. Today only, the very next session is going to happen at 5 p.m. So I'll see you guys there. Thank you so much for being here. And Teji, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you, Hina, for having me here. And thank you to all my viewers who are watching this. Please do take a copy of the book. The details I am publishing it on, I'm sharing it on LinkedIn. I've shared it through WhatsApp group. It will come in the description link of this YouTube video as well. Thank you so much for watching us live.
Thank you.